Hello, I'm Tana Renick, and today I'm going to talk to you about when I start taking a 3-year-old and exhibiting them, and how, what I expect from them. I like to, I think I started taking this filly in June, and everything I do, all the I want to build confidence. I don't want to do anything that's going to just scare them to death. And one other thing, if I have a 3-year-old and it comes June and it's not ready or it's not working great at home, I'm not going to take it. If they're not doing good and feeling confident in themselves at home, it's not going in the trailer, because that just doesn't make sense to me. But what I'll do at a jackpot on a 3-year-old, say this is the first time I've ever exhibitioned her, is I will get 3 exhibitions. I will trot through the first one and just kind of let them go find it. And a lot of times these colts are looking around and see she melted down on her own, which is what I want. And a lot of times they're looking and they see stuff in the stands. And one time this colt, I almost didn't get her to the second barrel at a trot at a barrel race because she was so scared of, the stands. And that's normal. Don't crucify them over it. They're just like us. They're curious and they're scared, and we got them out of their element. And just quiet, nice. That's just how I want to do it. Now I will take my extra time on a colt to make sure when I come in the alley at the barrel race that I am on the right lead coming in, because I don't want to set them up for failure right off the bat. Now when they get further along and they don't pick that lead up, I'll send them in there. Now my second exhibition, I'm gonna let them pick their speed. And I might hustle them out a little bit. And then if they go in there and work like that, there's a couple things in the second I'd have liked her done better, but she tried so hard. And if they show me that effort and they put that effort and that try out there, I'm gonna reward them for it. And that last exhibition, if I'm somewhere that you can walk through the pattern, I'm going to. Normally it's a 60-second thing, so I'm just gonna, then I'll trot them back through. But something I do with all my horses, whether I'm home at a barrel race, whatever, when they work good and I get done, and one thing too, I never, ever, ever make over 2 runs on them in one day, like working or schooling on them, because that, making 7, 8, 9, 10 runs on a horse, and expecting to keep them sound and sane in their mind, that just don't happen. And but when I'm done working them, I want to bring every horse, whether it's a finished horse or a 3-year-old, I'm gonna bring them up here to their rate point, and I'm gonna tell them good job, and pet them, because I want the barrel to be a relaxed spot. Like, I don't want these barrels being something that makes them very anxious and very nervous. I want them to get to that barrel, and as they get there, I want them to be like, whew, we're finally here. I just, that's, they'll stop on their own, and like something else that I do, sometimes a horse will walk up here and they'll have their hip kicked to the outside. And if they do that, I'll just kick their hip back to the inside. I don't want them straight and flat, but when they come to a barrel, I'd rather the shoulders be pointing out this direction. I don't ever want the shoulders pointing towards the barrel or towards the inside of the turn. I want them, and I try to, I'm always thinking of ground conditions when I train these too, because I want to try to teach them at the same time I teach them the pattern, how to stand up and how to handle ground and how to do that, do everything with confidence and be sure of themselves. Now, I was asked on these rodeo horses, I very rarely will exhibition an open horse, but every once in a while you've got to do it. For example, my great rodeo mare, she used to be terrible about 3 strides before the timer quitting me. Just quitting me and not running through it. And she wasn't bleeding and all that. She was just quitting me. So I would, every once in a while, about once a month, I'd take her to a jackpot and I'd get 2 exhibitions on her. I would trot the pattern, and when I come off that 3rd barrel, I sent her out of there. And I would have her about running off through the parking lot, which was fine because I wanted her running through that eye. And, you know, things like that, because as most of you know, it's no fun to exhibition an open horse because they're so hot and because they've been used to running for so long, and it's so hard to get them quiet. But if they need it or they're making a mistake, I will exhibition them, and whatever speed they're making that mistake, I will let them go in there and I will allow them to make the mistake, but in that exhibition, I will take control of the situation and show them right then, no, that's not what we're doing. And that's the only reasons I exhibition an open horse.